Russia vs. Ukraine 2026, New Missiles, Secret Deals and the Stalemate. Introduction, the grim reality of 2026. It is January 2026. What was once predicted to be a 3-day operation has now stretched into a nearly 4-year grinding war of attrition. Just this week, massive missile strikes have plunged millions into darkness across Ukraine, and a new weapon, the hypersonic Oreshnik missile, has entered the battlefield. But behind the smoke, a different kind of war is happening, a diplomatic battle over secret 28-point and 20-point peace plans. How did we get here, and is there actually a way out? Let's break down the triggers, the players, and the resolution clauses on the table right now. How did it trigger? The origins. To understand 2026, we have to look back at the two main triggers. The conflict didn't start in 2022, it began in 2014 when Russia annexed Crimea and backed separatists in the Donbas region after Ukraine's revolution of dignity toppled a pro-Russian president. On 24 February 2022, President Putin launched a full-scale invasion. The stated trigger was the demilitarization and denazification of Ukraine and preventing it from joining NATO. However, it quickly morphed into a territorial conquest, with Russia formally claiming 4 Ukrainian regions: Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson, Zaporizhia. How has the war progressed? Timeline to January 2026. The war has evolved through distinct deadly phases. Phase 1, 2020 to the failed blitz on Kyiv and the miraculous Ukrainian defense. Phase 2, 2023 to 2024 the counteroffensives. Ukraine liberated Kharkiv and Kherson, but the lines eventually froze into trench warfare. Phase 3, 2024 to 2025 the war of attrition. Russia shifted to a meat grinder tactic, overwhelming forces with numbers. Ukraine, in a bold move, launched its own offensive into Russia's Kursk region, holding territory there to use as a bargaining chip. Phase 4, current, January 2026 the energy war. Russia is systematically dismantling Ukraine's power grid during freezing winters while threatening Western allies with new intermediate-range ballistic missiles. Who is politically involved? The geopolitical chessboard has shifted significantly by 2026. With the Trump administration in office, since January 2025, the focus has shifted from "as long as it takes" to "peace through negotiation." The US is pushing for a deal to freeze the conflict, signaling a potential reduction in aid if talks don't happen. Europe is scrambling to fill the void. Nations like France and the UK have discussed deploying troops for post-war peacekeeping, a move Russia calls a red line. The EU has also floated a $105 billion loan to keep Kyiv afloat. Russia is no longer fighting alone economically or industrially. It relies heavily on North Korean artillery shells, Iranian drones, and Chinese economic lifelines to bypass sanctions. President Zelensky faces immense pressure. He is balancing the need for survival against pressure from allies to accept territorial compromises he previously vowed never to take. What's on the table? As of early 2026, two competing visions for peace are circulating in diplomatic channels. The ASPAC 28-point plan, the freeze model. Freeze the war at current borders. Ukraine must abandon its pursuit of NATO membership, a major concession. Russia effectively keeps control of Crimea and the Donbas, though legally they might remain disputed. A $100 billion fund created from seized Russian assets to rebuild Ukraine. Gradual lifting of sanctions and reintegration into global markets. Ukraine's 20-point plan, the security model. Security first, territory second. Ukraine demands binding security guarantees from the US and Europe that mirror NATO's Article 5, an attack on one is an attack on all. Ukraine maintains a large standing army, 800,000 plus troops, to deter future aggression. No legal recognition of Russian annexations. Latest status, January 2026 snapshot. It is a stalemate. Russia controls roughly 19% of Ukraine, while Ukraine still holds pockets of Russia's Kursk region. Russia has deployed the Oreshnik missile, a hypersonic weapon designed to evade Western air defense, signaling it can strike any European capital. Millions in Kyiv and Lviv are facing the winter without stable heating due to the January 8 to 9 massive infrastructure attacks. The war in 2026 has moved from a battle of movement to a battle of will. The resolution will likely not come from a tank breakthrough, but from a signature on a piece of paper that neither side truly wants to sign. If you found this update helpful, like and subscribe for more deep dives into geopolitics. What do you think? Should Ukraine accept a frozen conflict to save lives or fight on for full restoration? Let me know in the comments.